Paul, this seems like the dam is finally broken, that a major carrier of programming is saying, screw the cable companies, we're going direct to consumers with what they want.
Yeah, it really does, and I guess it's no surprise that Charlie Ergen would be that one to kind of throw down the gauntlet here. So, I think this is really a key issue for the whole media ecosystem. You think about these big distributing cable companies and satellite companies, plus the big media companies like Disney. They've all lived and died over the last 30, 40 years with the success of the bundle, where consumers can pay $80 to $100 a month for a whole slew of channels. Now the question is that bundle at risk? And is there, in fact, a real market out there of consumers that want to pay a much lower price point for, fewer channels? So the question is, Dish is, throwing out a channel lineup here that interestingly does include ESPN, and we'll have to see if the market's there in terms of demand.
Well, let's talk about that. I mean, ESPN is the big, ESPN and HBO, right, are the two single properties that people pay up for and get stuck with packages or get tempted with packages or whatever. But particularly with ESPN, I watched a lot of ESPN this weekend, not least because there was some spectacular football, and also the Stuart Scott coverage yesterday, which they had, first of all, hearts out to his family, but an amazing retrospective of Stuart Scott's work on ESPN yesterday on SportsCenter, and it just sort of really spoke to how powerful that franchise is for Disney, but how ESPN really drives the cable business. We need a new word for ESPN. It's not a cable channel as of this announcement today.
No, if you talk to the Disney folks, when they think about ESPN, they think about it as a brand, not necessarily a cable channel, because, of course, it's multiple channels of ESPN. It's online, digital properties, and, they kind of treat ESPN as they would their other brands, whether it's a Disney character. So, ESPN is one of the key drivers probably for any package that is going to be brought over the Internet direct to consumers. It's going to have some major sports component to it, because we do know that consumers, continue to really flock to sports. Those ratings continue to be outstanding. In fact, the college football semifinal games were the two highest rated cable shows ever. So it's extraordinarily important to have sports. But really the risk here is if you're a big media company, how much of my programming do I put out direct over the Internet, a la HBO or CBS, versus how much do I try to keep in the bundle, because that is where the economics are.
Look, it's pretty clear that that's where the customers want to be. Yes, they like the experience of a big screen TV, but the rapid move towards mobile, towards people watching on tablets, to people using both screens, it's clear that people want to have access to their content everywhere they are. The technology is there. The consumer has shown a preference. These companies kind of look forward thinking to be there.
Yeah, they absolutely have to be there. And again, the fine line that these big media companies walk, and that includes the cable distributors, is how do they protect their existing ecosystem where they are, in fact, getting $80 to $100 a month, while at the same time recognizing that a big part of their consumer base, their subscriber base, is getting content outside of the package, online, whether it's a Netflix or an HBO or something like that. And wherever those consumers go, that's where these big media companies have to be. But they have to make sure they don't, suffer the same fate as the music industry 15 years ago. And the media companies have to maintain pricing control of their content to make sure that they get paid every step of the way, whether it's in the bundle or outside of the bundle. And we've seen a lot of baby steps just in the last couple of months. Today with Dish, late last year in December with HBO and CBS going over the top direct to consumer. So that's definitely one of the big themes that we've highlighted for 2015 is how well will the big media companies manage that transition from the analog kind of cable pay TV supported bundle onto more of a direct to consumer approach.